What made you lose respect for someone? If I was that truck driver, I would have hit the gas and ran over the protesters, said the guy I'm no longer friends with. At where I work they hired a new supervisor, and his first day he walked in. I said good morning to him, and he walked right by me as if I wasn't there. I'll be 75 years old in an old folks home suffering from Alzheimer's and unable to remember my name or what planet I'm on, and I'll still remember that piece of shit not even saying good morning back to me. My stepbrother said that, one day you'll grow up and have kids. I was 27 and had already been sterilized. This from the man-child that complained that he didn't have any money or time anymore. I don't speak to him much anymore unless I have to. He stormed the Capitol to try and overturn a fair election because he believes the lies told by a real estate con man. A woman robbing $25,000 out of her terminally ill ex-husband's bank account before a divorce, then getting her son to assault him so that she could claim self-defense and sue him when he fought back. No. He didn't win the case or get a dime of his money back. Worst part is, before the divorce he had already given her $25,000 and paid her way through college, which she immediately dropped out of, because he wanted to make sure she was taken care of. Dumb bitch spent the money on drugs and it was gone in a month. Refusing to show loyalty. That meant refusing to help me when I was in a difficult situation even though it would have cost them no money. They drank and smoked weed at 13, it was their choice. They'd lie about everything to get attention, and the funniest thing is that they were an awful liar. He changed up his lies all the time and thought I was dumb enough to believe it. He complained about the problems he was causing himself and acting like the victim and refused to fix his shit. I blocked him on all social media including his phone number. Happy Cake Day. Deleted. People lie but there comes a time when they do not realize that their lies has become a habit, their second nature which is beyond their control. They go from bad to worst. What's the worst of all? These people, not only lie to others, but they lie to themselves. I lose respect for such people and once I know such scums, I keep them at distance. I had an ex-friend cheat on his girlfriend only to find from mutuals that he's been trying to sleep with every female he makes friends with for years. The times he didn't succeed were when they put their foot down and told him to stop. When he got caught and the ex-GF explained on Facebook, he deleted his entire social media. Last I heard, he is moving back to his home state after getting kicked out of ex-GF's house. Several years ago, me and a group of friends went to this anime con. At some point, we decide to go watch the cosplay contest. We all get seats and I am next to the couple in our group, both of whom I was friends with. One of the contestants was a girl in a beautiful Princess Minimoon cosplay. Admittedly though, the girl was kinda heavy set, though I didn't think it detracted from the cosplay. They thought otherwise. The entire time she was on stage, the two of them went on and on about how awful she was, how fat she was, how she didn't deserve to be there. It got annoying really quick. Well, it was about to go from annoying to insufferable, because Minimoon ends up getting first in her category. I was happy for her, but I couldn't celebrate for long because by God did it set the two of them off. For the rest of the convention, any chance they could they would talk shit about the Minimoon and how stupid THR judging was. And, no, not once did they bring up the craftsmanship of the cosplay, only her size. It took some time, but I've since distanced myself from the two of them. Edit, thanks for the awards. When a sibling told me to go die on a hands-free call in the car while on the way to pick said sibling up to go with us to our mom's first post-op appointment after her mastectomy. This was after they informed me they weren't going because they were mad at me. I still have no idea why they were mad. Learning someone I trusted a lot cheated his wife multiple times, plus 100 times. Their love of political idols. A girl who I had been trying to date for about 4 months said some racist shit when we were in an art museum. Boner killer. When they refused to take responsibility for their actions. A YouTuber I used to follow compared mentally disabled people to what could historically be called a joke weapon. getting COVID and still sending their kid to daycare with no testing, but promising to monitor for symptoms. Yep, instant cut ties. A perso who treats someone else bad for no reason. I lost respect for my mother because of how she acts and what happened in the past. Treating waiters/service people like crap. Super red flag. When they started calling my friend with Asperger's Tardlet. One American is worth more than 1 million illegals. This, during a conversation in which he advocated for killing anyone crossing the border who happened to be trespassing on someone's land. Thought it was a-okay and legal to murder someone for simple trespassing, as long as they were brown. I'm all for proper and legal immigration, but vigilante murder is not the answer. Co-worker is not able to take responsibility for his actions and would continuously make up excuses for his fuck-ups. Lies to our faces and thinks we don't know he's lying. No respect for him. They are refusing to get vaccinated even though they have family members who are high risk. I was friends with a guy who supposedly had a crush on me. We tried dating a few times in high school, but it didn't last more than a week before he found someone else. A few years later I got a boyfriend. I was really excited and shared the news with everyone when it lasted more than a month. When I told him, he got all but hurt and told me I should give him a chance. He said a week would do. I went with the obvious no, I'm not going to do that, cause that would be cheating and I don't want another reason to hate myself. He kept begging me to help as we moved a couch, and a couple of times threatened to drop it on me. At the end of the day he stormed off and I never heard from him again. I did break up with guy I was so excited about dating cause he cheated on me. So there's that too. My ex-girlfriend telling me to stay friends after breakup but can't even do the bare minimums, and treat her male best friend like he is the half-boyfriend. I had a friend in college who we all knew was headed down the incel path. He struggled with girls and was an all-around awkward guy, but nonetheless respectful and a nice guy. We bonded over video games. First warning, which should have been the last, is when I discovered he and 2 other guys had been blackmailing another friend of mine. They had stolen her phone, broken into it and stolen her nudes. Now they were demanding she give them more or they would publish them. I got them caught, and this guy personally apologized to me, and said his hand was forced and that he felt terrible. Couple of years later, a massive leak of my town's girls' nudes were published and shared through a mega. This asshole downloaded it, and after the mega was taken down and the culprit caught, he had been sending it and selling it again. A bunch of friends and I later discovered he keeps a couple of external drives filled to the brim with revenge and amateur porn, most of it from girls we know. Last straw came when he waited until a fellow friend was asleep to break into his cell phone and steal his GF's nudes. After that we put our boundaries and left him alone. Now it turns out my friends have been inviting him again to parties, and when I refuse to go because he's gonna be there, I'm pissy and an asshole. Fuck this guy, I hope he stays single forever. You deserve it, you incel fuck. My mom's, now, ex-husband started having an affair with person Y. Person Y was the sister of person X. Person X had just died and my mother insisted on paying funeral costs. Also, my mother is terrible and probably deserved it. Person Y and the ex-husband are who I lost respect for. Realizing my best friend was trying to turn me into a radicalist Trumpster. Cheating on their spouse. Openly. When we went on vacation together and I didn't want to hang out with these 2 guys anymore because they were being jerks to me, and we went to a bar and they were there, so I wanted to leave, and she went and walked over to them. I turned around and left. Texted her she could stay in their hotel room that night since male attention was all she wanted. She came and got her suitcase and we never spoke again. Now a former friend of mine is very cheap. Like, she won't even throw few pieces of fries away, because she doesn't like to waste food. I really respected that, because I'm not super duper careful with money. She rode her junk bike around, and one day, it broke to the point of no return. I had some bikes around that I sort of fixed, so I sold one of them for $50. It caused some issues, and I tried to fix it, but didn't work out. I obviously felt bad. Eventually, she asked for the money back. I apologized and gave $50. Few days later, I asked for the bike back, so I can fix it and sell it online or something. She said, well, this bike is not worth $50 and it caused so many troubles. I'm not gonna give you the bike back. I said, WTF? That's not how this works. Either give me $50 or the bike. She said, I'll have my mechanic friend to look at it and offer a fair value for this bike. I need the bike, but it's not worth $50. I knew that she's cheap AF, but I didn't know that she's this cheap.